In this video, I want to show you how to put together a collection of favorite authors. And this means that Logos lets you take from your library a collection, which is a small grouping of resources. It could be your favorite authors, favorite commentaries, favorite books, and it doesn't have to be favorite. It could just be collections of books. So different types of books, different books on different subjects. Lets you group them together and use that grouping, which is called a collection, in the Cited By tool, the search panel. You can even add that to a guide. So anytime you type in, depending on the guide, the word or the Bible verse, you're going to see what your favorite authors have to say about that passage or word. So I want to show you how to put it together and how to put it into practice. So what I like to do is I like to open up my library, because we're going to be working for this video with the author's name. But again, you don't have to do just the author's name. You can do whatever you want for this collection. The next thing I want to do is open up the collections tool, which is going to be in your tool menu, collections, right here. I'm going to click on it. If it's not here, you can also just search for it or scroll down, but I've got mine at the top. I hit collections. It's going to open up an unnamed collection document. So I want to name this. We're going to call this LBST. We're going to say favorite authors. Now, the reason I'm doing favorite authors is because one of the cool things about Logos is I'm going to add N.T. Wright to this collection, all of his books in my library. If I buy another N.T. Wright book in the future and I order it, I buy it, it automatically shows up in Logos. Because it matches this criteria of the author's name, N.T. Wright, it's going to show up in this collection automatically, and you don't ever have to touch it or do anything with it when you do it by author's name. It's pretty cool. So you have to know a little bit of search syntax to do this, but it's pretty easy. And the reason I like to have my library open is I want to see how Logos has the author's name. So I'm going to just type in N.T. Wright, and there we go. And I'm able to see Wright, N.T. right there is how they have that name. So that's the name that I want to have. You can also come over here to the left-hand side, and you can find the author and click on it and have it in your library. But a quick search of N.T. Wright opens up author Wright, N.T. So I'm going to start with the rule, author, colon, and then anytime you write a phrase or words together, you're going to want to use double quotes. So I'm double quote, Wright, N period T, comma. And that says I've got 82 books with N.T. Wright as the author. So the resulting collection is 82 books by the author N.T. Wright. I want to add some other authors, so I'm going to look for John Walton. I like his Old Testament stuff, and sure enough, Walton, John H. So here's the thing: when you want to add multiple authors like this, or really any search query, and you need to see either or, you're going to do or in all caps and space, and then do the same thing: author, colon, quotes, Walton, John H. period. And then notice it took my resulting collection from 82 books now up to 94 books. And I want to do one more. I want to go to the library, and I'm just going to search Packer, J.I. Packer. I like him. And there I'm able to see the author, the way they have the author is Packer, J.I. So I'm going to type R, or in all caps, author, colon, double quote, Packer, J.I., end quote. And now I've got 104 books in this collection with N.T. Wright, John Walton, and J.I. Packer. What a great collection. And I've named it the LBST Favorite Authors. When I want to show you one trick, I'm going to click this Show in Parallel Books, because I'll show you how that works here in just a minute, and why that's important to have that selected for a lot of your collections. It's a pretty cool feature. But this is LBST Favorite Authors with these three authors, and we've got 104 books. Now we can get rid of all that stuff. So we go to the home screen. So let me show you where this is going to show up. I'm going to open up my Bible. And so I'm going to put my Bible. Yeah, we can like that. So I've got my Bible open. Now I want to open up the Cited By tool, which is in the tool menu right there. And I've got it up here at the top, Cited By, but you can just search for it by keyword if it's not up there at the top for you. Cited By, and I've already got one collection there, but I want to add the one we just made. So I'm going to click Add, and then I'm going to search LBST. Look at that, the one we just made, LBST, favorite authors. And then look at what happens. We've got, I'm going to make sure that this follows the Bible. And now, when I scroll in the text, look at what's happening over here in the LBST favorite authors list. And because it has so many books, it's going to have a lot of resources available. But that's one way to use this collection is in the Cited By tool. So it may be good to have a collection of like 2 or 3 books, not 104. That would be really powerful in the Cited By tool, or favorite study Bibles, things like that. And you could have just a quick list of passages you like. So that's one way this can show up, is in the Cited By tool by adding that collection. The other thing you can do is use your search menu, or search panel. So I'm going to open up to search, and I want to do a books search right there, book search. And I'm going to come here to where it says, right now it says 2,932 books with journals. Sometimes it will say all books, but I'm going to click on the all books, and I'm just going to search LBST because that's what we named it. Logos automatically has it there. And so now I'm able to click LBST, favorite authors. Now it's going to search through all those books. So by keyword, let's say I want to see the word baptism. Now I've got a list of that word, of all the resources. I've got a list of all the resources just by searching that word. This is going to work for Bible passages too. So I could do, I'm in studying the prodigal son right now. So I could say Bible colon Luke 15, 11 through 32. And then this is going to be every time that one of these authors talks about that passage. And sometimes, as you see, it might be in a footnote, but sometimes it will be about that passage. It's going to see what the author has said if it's in your library. And again, this is a cool thing to have on the collections, because if you buy a book by one of those authors, it's going to automatically just show up in that collection, and you don't have to do anything else. So it's a cool feature. The last place that I want to show you where you can use that collection is in your guide. And so I'm going to open up my slimmed down passage guide. And I'm going to just type in here the prodigal son, Luke 15, 11 through 32. It's not here, but I want to add this collection. So I'm going to go to add, and right there, add collections. And then I want to come here. Notice it says all resources. I want to change that to the collection we just made. So I'm going to type in LBST, favorite authors. And now, what we just did in the search panel with that search in this collection, we're doing here in the collection in your passage guide. And you can add this to, I think, almost all your guides. So that is 3 ways that you can use this, this kind of collection with favorite authors. Now I want to show you, before I close, why I had that show in parallel resources. When you've got a resource open, and let's say I'm going to open, I want to get a good book. I'm going to open up my library and search for New Testament commentary on the Old Testament. But I've got to get rid of J.I. Packer. There it is. All right, so I've got this commentary open, commentary on the New Testament, use of the Old Testament. Great resource. I love using this. I use it almost every week. There's this icon here that has like the parallel lines, but they're slanted. This is your parallel book sets. And so when I click on this, what this is this gives all the parallel books of the same type of book that talk about whatever passage is in this resource. And so it's going to show up. I've got a commentaries textual collection. That's where this is pulling this information. I've gotten intertext resources that specifically for allusions in the text. It's showing up right there. Or just all parallel books. All parallel books are automatically going to show up. So, and this is going to work in any resource, including your Bible. Right there, the slanted lines. all parallel books. But when you click on Shown Parallel Resources in the collections document itself, in the tool, this is where it's going to show up, and you're quickly able to uh, see your books categorized in a way that you find helpful. So I hope this has been helpful. If it's been helpful, please like, subscribe, do all the things. Also go to preacherprep.com and sign up for our weekly roundup, where I send out sometimes subscriber-only content that's not going to show up here on the YouTube channel. So if you want that, go to preacherprep.com and sign up for the weekly roundup. And I hope this has added to your study of the Word of God.